Alright, we're going to work on the 12 volt version surge protector here, and we're going to introduce a new component to the system, a Shottky diode, a little schematic symbol. This one in particular looks like this physically. Pretty heavy duty, 1400 volts, 63 amps, okay, and operates below 40 nanoseconds, pretty fast. Alright, I'm going to put it in place in the circuit as a snubber diode. Alright, and that will actually dead short any negative current flow that tries to go through the 12 volt system. Our basic schematic looks like this. I'm going to use that snubber diode right there, Shottky. I'm going to use a couple of gas discharge tubes. Maybe I'll throw in a couple extra neons. Since we're at low voltage, I can put them in there. They won't turn on till over almost 60 volts. These 150 volt gas discharge tubes are what I'm going to use for the 12 volt setup. I'm going to put a capacitor in there just to stop any noise and small voltage spikes. Put a bunch of MOVs in there, and we're going to use 18 volt ones this time. Going to put in at least 6 of those, and then our TVS diodes, like before, only these are going to be 17 volts. Okay, and we're going to put a whole bunch of them in. I have a 15 kilowatt diode. I'm going to put that one in there, but I don't have too many of those. They're kind of expensive, but I'm definitely going to want to put one in. And then I got a whole bunch of these 600 watt service mount. So we're going to have to solder them and get them hooked up together. I'm going to put probably at least 20 of them in there, and every 10 will give me 6,000 watts capability. So that's another 12,000 watts. So we'll be pretty close to 30,000. Not bad. I accept that. So that's pretty much the way this one's going to go. I'll show you more when I get to building it. Okay, and that's about it for the moment. We're going to get all the components on, and I'll be back with you then. Okay, I'm going to put these diodes all in a row and set them up camera's in the way, it's not making things easy. But basically, put them on some double-sided tape, or in this case a donut made out of packing tape, rolled up into a donut and laid down flat. Now they're all stuck on there, and I can tin them, each one of them, and then get ready to put some wire on them, and I'll put this all together. Once I strip this back, I'll connect them all up in a row. I'll make a strip of 10, which will be equivalent to 6,000 watts of absorption. There we go. Alright, quick picture of the diodes hooked together so that you understand what I was saying. Like I said, I'm not here to teach you to solder, but just show you what I do here. Now you have 10 of these in a row, each one 600 watts. 600 times 10, that's 6,000 watts. And they're all rated at 17 volts, so they'll start conducting over 17. And from my test, it's usually around 19 that they actually start conducting. And I set it that way so that I could use a battery charger and put 17 volts into it without damaging these diodes. And that's all there is to it. That'll go in my circuit then. I'll make 2 of these and start hooking them up. Okay, real quick, I put 2 more MOVs on there because I do have them. So I have 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 MOVs on there, 18 volt, 5,000 amps each. This diode is going on right here at the end just to keep my profile down. Like I said, I got to keep that thin as I can and still pack everything in. I hope the heat dissipates good. Hopefully it's all instantaneous and it's all voltage, not amperage, you know. Once again, this is a 12 volt setup. Now everything here does not have to worry about polarity, which way it goes in, because these are bi-directional. I have all bi-directionals, and the only thing you have to worry about is the diode. It does have a polarity that you have to be careful with. And right here's what you want to do. Put the cathode on the positive, and right here, whenever you look at this as backwards, you look at it forward, it would be the cathode and anode. That's it. We're ready to go ahead and clean up the wires and solder them and get all that stuff done. But that's basically what you want to do. That's how I did mine. Alright, good luck. Okay, I got my components pretty much laid out on the board. Here's that tape I had laying down to hold my diodes while I soldered them. That's very helpful. Alright, now I got my gas discharge tubes on the front. Remember, this is a 12 volt system. Okay, 2 neon bulbs. From what I understand, they can pull about 10,000 instantaneous amps. Very short time though. The wires just aren't very big. They won't dissipate a lot of energy, but they will start or initiate an arc pretty quick and ionize the neon gas in there. So you'll start getting some drawdown of the voltages. Okay, got the capacitor in here, and here's a 15 kilowatt 17 volt diode. I have 7 of these 18 volt metal oxide varistors, 5 kiloamps a piece, kilowatts. I believe they're labeled as kiloamps. I haven't put the diode in yet, but it's going to go in here, and I wanted to keep the profile down, so that's why everything's laying down a little bit to fit into a box that I have. It's not a real tall box, so that's why that looks like that. Here's my 20 17 volt 600 watts each diodes, Okay, underneath these other ones that are 1.5 kilowatts each. So there's 3, 6, 9 kilowatts right there of diodes. And like I said, my snubber diode goes on next. And that's pretty much it. Then I just solder it up. Not hard. Anybody can make one. And make yourself something that'll keep a car running. This, from what I figure, should be pretty close to about 90,000 amps. Once again, not even counting the diode, which is in there for any reverse voltages only. It does not initiate any action until there's a negative voltage on this diode. Then it tries to short it out the ground. So there you go. Pretty much same as the other one. You just gotta solder them all together. Alright, you get the idea. Have fun. Alrighty, an update on the 12 volt one. Everything's all soldered up. You see there's a fuse there. It's a 18 gauge wire with a little kink in it, and I've already tested it. It will blow at 100 amps after several seconds. So the circuit should operate for several seconds. If anything in it dead shorts, it will take itself out and stop conducting electricity, so you don't have any fires. But here we go. That's the whole thing put together and soldered. And it's over, according to my math, it's over 100,000 amps capability. So I'll be hooking positive up to here and negative to here, and then putting it in a box. I'm done. Good luck with yours. Alright, here's the 12 volt unit. You can see here I have a fuse in there. I think I discussed that earlier. 18 gauge wire with a kink in it as a 100 amp fuse. Alright, that's pretty much it. Positive, negative, number 10 wire. And when I come out here, I'm going to hook up another wire to the negative after I put it in this case, and that's gonna go to the chassis ground, so the body ground. This will go to the battery ground, and this will go to the battery positive. You can do that at the fuse box if you want to, but battery positive, battery post positive, battery post negative, and then we'll have a chassis ground. And that's just to make sure that you have a nice short route to ground through this device. Okay, and that's it. There's the whole thing put together, going in a box, and that'll be that. Alright, there's the 12 volt unit all put together. You have red positive to the battery terminal, black negative to the battery terminal, and then another black wire to the chassis ground, to the body ground. That's how you hook them up. That's it. Nothing else to it. Good luck.